Hey, everybody, welcome to another Calamity Junction podcast. Yes, that's right. We've settled on a name finally, Calamity Junction Podcast. I'm happy to say that we're now live. We're not live, but we're now on YouTube. I've uploaded a couple of episodes and hope to upload the rest this week. So that's on YouTube. You can find us at Calamity Junction Podcast. We also have a Twitter now. So it's at Calamity JP on Twitter. Again, that's at Calamity JP. So, um, again, welcome to the show. I am your host, Drop Shadow. Again, with me is my good friend, as always, Holty of Holty's Hunt. How's it going, man?
God, Holty's Hunt, that's so old. I don't even do that anymore. That's
You
just
still hunt for games, though. You're still
yeah, but
Holty
I
and you
don't
still on
like.
a hunt.
Yeah, I used to like hunt for games. I used to hunt for achievements. The whole premise of Holty's Hunt back when I did it, which was when I was living in Texas.
Hmm.
So I don't know, 2012 ish,
Hmm.
I would say, was I would go out looking for cheap games like a GameStop and
Hmm.
anything that was $5 and under, and it was a full retail game.
Hmm.
I would take it home and I would do a full playthrough of it. And I did a full playthrough of some games. I think we might have talked about this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some of the full games I did included games like Mind Jack,
I remember that one.
Legendary,
I remember that. Yep. Yep.
Mind Jack, Legendary, Sphinx and the Cursed Mummy. I did a
Yep,
full
yep, yep,
playthrough,
yep.
and there was a lot of games I didn't finish just because I couldn't get through them. Like Metal Arms glitch in the system.
Mhm.
God, I never got through it, and I don't think I ever will.
Sure. Well, now that we're talking about games, let's go ahead and tackle the subject we do every show, as always. What is in your console this week? So, what's been in your console this week?
Minecraft.
Minecraft, just straight up.
Just straight up, like, I don't know. I haven't put anything new into my console, like my actual console.
Hmm.
I've just been playing Minecraft on that server that I've
Yeah.
mentioned before with some people, still working on a couple builds and everything. But God, I log on and I hate myself after like 20 minutes of playing because I'm like, why am I playing this? There's nothing else, but there's nothing really else. I say there's nothing else. I literally have thousands of games, but in fact, I just got some Switch games I should be playing,
Yeah.
but I'm not. I don't get it.
I don't
I
know, man. I'm kind of like in that funk too. Like I've been off. I
Mhm.
think since December of you know, I guess now last year. We're in January the 6th as of the recording of this podcast.
Boop.
And about like 3-4 days of heavy gaming, I was just like, okay. Like
Uh,
I like yesterday all day I had no motivation to do anything, you know.
I'm
Just
gonna do this though. This week I will give an update. For those of you who listened to the first few know that I got the Zelda Game and Watch a couple weeks ago or a couple months ago,
mhm.
and I've been slowly working my way through the original Zelda, which I've never beaten before. So you know what? I'm just gonna do this. It's probably gonna take me a while. This is gonna be the first time of many for weekly updates as to where I'm at in the original Zelda.
All right.
So as of right now, I'm
We
in
need a
levels.
jingle. We need a jingle to go with this segment.
Hold the Zelda update. You know.
Do-do-do-do.
So currently, right now, I'm in level 6. I didn't realize, and I've been working on level 6 for 2 weeks now,
Is
just
that
trying to get through.
is that the dungeon that looks like the Nazi symbol?
No,
The
that's like level
swastika.
2 or 3. No, it's like level 2 or 3. I can't remember. But level 6, I'm working my way through. It's taken me a couple weeks because I had to get through it, and I had to make my way through the boss, and the enemies are getting harder,
Yeah.
like a lot harder.
Yeah.
So I finally made it to the boss, and I didn't realize that I needed a specific weapon that I swear I've had this entire time, but I never was able to use it. So back in level 1 or 2, you get the bow and arrow. And I
Mhm.
swear to you, I've walked into a store many, many times to get the arrows and it never let me buy them. So it turns out that you need bow and arrow in order to kill the boss. Now, the thing is that as you're going through this level, if you die, you hit continue, some of the rooms remain empty.
Mhm.
If you leave the dungeon to go buy arrows, which I had to do,
Everybody
I had to find
responds.
everybody responds, so I'm
Yeah.
back at nothing. So I'm
Yeah.
starting. I think I paused the game and I'm in the middle of being, graphically defiled by a like right now.
Oh, shit.
So it already took my big shield. I don't know what else it could take from me.
Jeez, that sounds like a Wednesday for me, man.
Yeah. So
Um,
that's the current update as to where I am in the original Zelda.
yeah, and I saw that when I was at your place. I saw you had it on the countertop and in your kitchen there. So I was checking it out. It's actually pretty neat, that little device there, man.
I like it.
Yeah. I wonder what the so it's just like a little emulation, device, right? Like I guess in theory you could put more games on there if you wanted to, right? Or
I'm not sure because it's an officially, Nintendo product. I'm sure somebody has figured it out, but I think it's just the circuit boards for the games instead of like a massive drive or something
hmm,
that like the NES Classic or the SNES Classic uses.
nah, it's got to be some kind of simple like
I'm
Raspberry
sure. I'm
Pi or
sure.
something.
I'm sure you can figure it out,
Yeah.
but I just haven't. I wouldn't mind if I could figure out a way to get ages and seasons on there, but
That would be an awesome one. Like a double pack of that. Yeah.
the, if you believe the rumors, because there
There's
are some heavy Zelda rumors.
yeah. Yeah.
Next year is supposed to be a big Zelda year, which is
Yeah.
shocking because this year was the 25th anniversary.
Well, I think I talked about it the last time. There were rumors circulating that an Oracle of Ages or Seasons remake is coming, much in the style of Link's Awakening.
Which I played and I loved.
Yeah, so fingers crossed that that's coming. And then there's also rumors of a Twilight Princess and
I don't care about that. I do
Wind
not care about
Waker,
that.
like I guess like a double pack or something for the Switch.
I
So
don't care about that. Guys, wake up. We just had one on the Wii U. It's not my fault y'all did not buy a Wii U. I bought a Wii U and I
dude,
have
it's
the
it's
remake.
it's
And
it's the
it's fine. I
the
don't
Skyrim effect,
care.
man. It's
I
the
don't
Skyrim
care
effect.
about a win. I still haven't beat Wind Waker. I have it HD I have it in my Wii U right now, and I'm currently, I don't know, halfway through it, and I haven't picked it up. Like
Yeah,
I got into it for like 2 weeks and I was into it and I was playing it, it was going great, and then one day I didn't play it and I was like, all right.
yeah,
I'm not saying I won't get back into it.
yeah. That's kind of how I am with games these days, man. I'm just all over the place. I really want to like work on other things. Like we've been doing this podcast, and I feel like I haven't had much purpose in my life. Aside from just going to work and then coming home every day. And it's just that's kind of been my life for like the past year and a half now. So now that we're in 2022, I want to actually put forth an effort to work on a lot of personal projects, like, get back into all my comics, or, do more YouTube stuff, like all my different ideas that I had way back when, actually pull my head out of my ass and just fucking do it. And this podcast was kind of like the first step to that. It's like, okay, every Thursday I'm gonna do this, and this is so I'm I guess in a way, like I don't know if it was like an addiction, or it's just like, but it's just been like go to work, wake up, go to work, come home, spend time with, my wife and the dogs, and then play video games. And then on the weekends, generally, it's like if I don't go out with my wife or, do chores or whatever, like it's just video games. Sometimes it'll be all day. And then at the end of the day, I'm sitting there like, fuck. Like I just like spent all and that's fine once in a while, but like it's almost every week. And I'm just like, dude, like what the fuck, you know?
Yeah. Fuck, man. Having a happy marriage and money and stability, it sucks, doesn't it?
No, I mean like just
I I I
no,
I
I mean like,
I get
like
it. I get what you're
instead of
saying.
pursuing other things, like, I could have hit the gym, I could be in better shape, I could, uh work my ass off on a personal venture that can get me away from this job that, I have to literally pull my fucking ass out of bed every morning. to
Yeah,
go to,
you're married. You don't need to get in shape anymore.
Well, I need to for my health, right? I got, blood pressure issues and, all that shit, but, also I don't want to go up anymore in my pant size. I've already gone up once and, it's not a great feeling. I don't want my pant size to be just, sweatpants.
Hey, I'm wearing sweatpants right now.
Well, that's fine, but like, I want to be able to, you know, not, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't
All
want to
look,
just,
your entire issues can be solved with one word: a child.
mm,
Because then it's not that you have a bad, then you instantly have dad body. And then you will be so busy you won't have time to think about other projects. That will be your project as a child.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And the whole, oh, I want to spend time. And then you have somebody to play games with you in about 5, 6 years.
Yeah, that's true. No, of course, my luck though, like my kid would like hate all this shit, because like it's
Yeah.
around all the time,
And then they're going to
like,
be like, oh, I want to play football. Like, no, unless it's Madden. No.
well, hey, with the amount of money that fucking athletes get paid, I probably support that 100%. Go all the way. Go all
Yeah,
the way,
there are
kid.
Twitch streamers who are making more than professional athletes.
Hey, well, shit, I gotta figure
Okay.
out a way to get on that fucking boat. But I don't have tits, so I don't know if I could be as successful.
And you're also not, well, no, you're a minority. You'll be fine.
I'm not brown enough though. That's
Oh, that's
that's
right.
a, that's the thing. Like I'll
I guess
speak
that is
Spanish.
kind of right.
It's the weirdest thing. Like I'll speak Spanish to like Mexican people, and they'll respond back to me in English. And it's not like they
It's
don't
because
speak.
you, dude, your dialect sucks. So, yeah.
Yeah, I guess. That's one of my things I want to do too. Is
And I don't mean that in a derogatory way. It's just there are Latin American streamers who we've never heard of that have 10 times the viewership of some of the top American streamers because there's an entire country and there's less what is the word, competition there.
Yeah. Yeah, like I thought heavily about doing a YouTube, and I don't know if it's a way to do it. I think maybe I could do it with a VPN or something, but like,
YouTube Latino.
yeah, no, like base it in YouTube.pa. It's the Panamanian YouTube, and then just do it on there. Two reasons. One, I really want to improve my Spanish because I feel like, growing up, I could always like read, write, and speak it and understand it 100%, right?
Mhm.
But like I never, when I speak it, it's not, it doesn't come, especially when I'm like switching back and forth from English to Spanish. Like I trip up very easily. Like, my grammar's not 100% there. It's certainly not as good as my English. That's because growing up, I didn't really have a lot of friends that spoke Spanish.
Mhm.
So thus I didn't have that practice, and
'Cause you grew up in the South, man.
oh well, yeah.
Like,
Well, but like even at home, I really didn't speak it a lot because I guess um like my mom would always correct me and stuff, and then I'd get embarrassed about it, so I just never spoke Spanish at home, kind of
yeah.
thing. And then like over the years, like it's just gotten like worse and worse. Like I like just the other day, I was talking to my grandma, and like I forgot how to
Or your
say
abuela.
"Sí, mi abuela." Um,
See, I know things.
but like I've forgotten how to say certain words, and that's never happened. And it's like, holy shit! I mean, and like if you don't use it, you lose it. I mean, that's 100%. You know, so I guess what I wanted to do is try to do maybe a podcast or something, some kind of thing on YouTube, maybe like game reviews or something in Spanish, and then like have viewers, hey, like, have a little disclaimer there, like, hey, my Spanish is not as good as it used to be. I'm trying to practice, so if I say something fucked up, uh, just let me know. Like, don't be a dick about it, but just kind of let me know. That'll help me
Yeah.
out a lot.
I
Um,
think I think that you could, that would be good. It would help people that certain people who speak Spanish that don't have a lot of Spanish speaking podcasts to help out to, I think that might be good. I mean, I'm not going to listen to it, but there will be people out there that probably will.
I can definitely have subtitles going
I
for
do. I don't
our
watch
English.
subtitled anime. We've gone through this.
Sub versus dub, motherfucker.
I do not do this. You can do your
Yeah.
own dub. Uh,
Shit, yeah,
there you go.
I could dub myself. Can you imagine that shit? Like I'd
You
dub
could just
myself.
record the conversations with your grandma and just say "mi abuela and me." You know, she could tell stories
And
about
then,
the olden days,
and
and
then like I'll dub my grandma's voice. Well, one
I can.
time.
Can I do it? Can I do her? It's like, yes, Chris, I am your grandmother. I had an amazing time growing up in whatever time it was. It was a
Yes.
scary time, but our family is what brought us together.
No, you got to do it like in old style. You know, like shit. She's man, how she's gonna be 75 this year. So she was
That's
around
old.
in like the 50s, maybe. Yeah, they didn't really talk all weird in the
My
50s.
dad
Like,
is 73. Jesus.
yeah, and my dad's I think 66, 67 now.
And your
Hmm.
grandma is how old?
She is like I think she's turning 76 or
Is this your
77.
mother's grandmother or your dad's mother?
It's my mom's mom.
Okay, I was about
Yeah,
to say, huh?
yeah.
There's some math there that I don't think we should do.
No, my mom is in her 50s. I think she's like 55 or 56.
Okay.
So yeah, that
Up to
I
me.
think that math fits a little better.
Let me ask you something. Um, with your family being the way it is, because you have a decent sized family, are they at all pressuring you to have kids? I mean,
Dude,
you're in your
dude,
30s.
all the time, man. Holy shit. Even like
Ooh.
at my wedding, my father-in-law was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna be a grandpa to get them babies." I was like, "Holy shit, man!" Like, even
Did
my
any of
dad's
them
like,
did any of them have a problem with you marrying a white woman?
"Oh, like my Hispanic family?"
Yeah.
No, not at
Okay.
all, not at
I
all.
just, some people are
They
deeply
just
rooted into certain
they
things.
yeah,
It's nothing
my
bad.
family really isn't. They just expect me to teach her to, communicate. And
Oh, they expect her.
that's
You heard it. You're gonna teach her Spanish.
yeah, which
How's
is
that going?
fucked up. I try to teach her a word a day. So far she knows how to
Is it
ask
one of those
for she knows how to
calendars?
she knows how to order French fries and water. So I think she'll be fine.
Yo
You're fine.
necesito
It's fine.
agua. Yo, yeah.
Y papas fritas.
Y papas fritas. Yo necesito. See, I can speak as
Or or
look.
or you
Uh,
could say papitas. That's the
yes.
same thing.
Yo
Or
tocar.
she says it like papitas,
Yo
like
tocar español 5 años. Una F en 3 años.
something what? Something about you took Spanish for 5 years and then you got an F
Una
after
F en 3 años.
so you got an F in 3 years?
So I took Spanish for 5 years and I failed at 3 years. I got an
Oh,
F in
3
years.
okay.
Yeah. See, I can speak kind of. I just
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah, I definitely need to work on it because again, it's, my background, and
Yeah,
I
it's
wanna
your
be a
heritage, bro.
I wanna be able to pass it on to my kid and, have them. Because like, for me, it just came naturally, right? It's just like, I guess I learned English at the same time, but since I've lived in the States, it's just like,
Well, you
I
grew up
don't
in
e
the 90s, which was
yeah.
pretty.
Yeah, and then, there weren't like, in my class, there weren't a lot of Hispanic kids, I remember in elementary school, like, in my class, and, like, um, even in high school, like, kids didn't really, even the Hispanic kids didn't really speak Spanish.
Mhm.
Um, so I tried to talk to my mom more and my grandma more in Spanish just to practice, but, you know,
That's good. I don't look too closely at my history. It's pretty Aryan, if you know what I mean.
I got you. So,
Yeah.
like, German or
German, like German, Holland, Swiss. Yeah.
mm. Well, my other side is like Bulgarian, that.
Ooh, Russian, nice.
Yeah. Pretty much. Well, not quite Russian, but
Well, close.
um
Sorry.
so that's like another language like I want to kind of delve into. And like Bulgarian, it's so fucking strange because like it's just a hodgepodge of different languages. Like they have French words and Russian words, and I think they may have like one or two Spanish words thrown in there. It's like they took a bunch of different languages and just pulled the words they liked and made their own fucking language up or something.
Mhm.
That's what it
Eh,
sounds like to me.
Honestly, it sounds like you know more Japanese than you do Spanish.
No, that's not at all true. That's not. I
From
know,
all
but
the from all the anime and
yeah, all
that
all
you
the
watch.
all the anime and J rock that I listen to, I may know like two words, But I definitely don't try to be like those weebs that like, I identify as Japanese. Yeah, no, that's not me, man.
Yeah, well, I identify as a black female midget, but
Yeah,
apparently
yeah.
that nobody believes that.
When is it gonna be like, we're all identifying as different fucking genders and animals and inanimate objects and when do we get to the part where you get to identify as a different race,
I just want to say this to anybody out there that identifies as something else. Good for you. Know who you are. That's completely fine.
Live your truth, girlfriend.
Live your truth. Be who you want to be. That's cool. Stop shoving it down everybody's throat. Not everybody's against you, but the people who aren't against you still, some of them don't really care.
Yeah, no one really gives a
Don't be
shit.
mad at us if I say, "Hey girl," by accident, if I forget every once in a while.
Or that fucking it's ma'am. Like, nah, man.
I'm not out there protesting against you, but I
It's
ain't
ma'am.
exactly, you know.
It's ma'am. Like, nah, that's come on,
I
that's a
don't
little
I don't
a little
care
extreme.
enough. You probably have to cut that.
It's ma'am.
Look, I don't care enough to discern anybody from living who they want to be. I just don't care. But you seem to think that my lack of caring means that I'm against you.
Yeah,
It doesn't. It doesn't mean that I'm against you. Doesn't necessarily mean that I'm for you. It just
well,
means that I
that's
don't give a shit.
well, I mean, they kind of fucked up when bringing us up because, we were all brought up to be special, and now that we're adults, we lost that you're special bullshit, so now we have to, like
Oh
our
yeah.
generation. And I was actually depressed a week ago because I found out that I myself am a millennial.
Yeah, of
I,
course we are.
no, like okay, so
Duh. We were born in the
yeah,
80s,
no,
bro.
yeah, well, I thought that millennials were like 90 to maybe like 2010,
No.
like like I thought I was like I just missed the, and then there was like no, it's like 80 to like 2012. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
you don't understand, man. Like it just fucking completely turned my world upside down. I'm like,
D-
holy shit.
dude, you want to know how I know that we're old? Is when our favorite pop punk bands can't do the same kind of moves that they were doing when they were touring, 20 years ago. They can't do the jumps off the stage and the cool guitar things because they got arthritis and shit now.
Yeah, like
And they're just like, "Hey, we'll play," but holy crap.
fucking, like Blink 182 or something comes
They're
out in
not
like
jumping
a
around the stage, jumping in the audience, taking their shirts off, drinking beers. They're just on stage being very upstanding gentlemen now.
yeah.
It's like, "Oh crap."
Well,
Yeah.
well, yeah, and then they do plugs for like 401ks and shit in between songs.
Oh my god. Hey guys, it's never too early to start thinking about your retirement. It's like,
They start
no,
doing
Sum
ad reads and
41,
shit.
don't do it.
What the fuck? You're supposed to
Cause
be
I'm
against
in.
the man.
Yes. Because
What
they're
the
all just like,
fuck?
because I'm in too deep with my debt. So I get an AP mortgage from. And I'm like, no,
Holy shit.
stop.
I wish we would have had more of that. Maybe it would have prepared us for all the bullshit like life throws at you. Like
More of what?
a little like preparing you for adulting, like
Oh, nobody prepared me for adulting.
like
They're
taxes and how to buy a house and how to negotiate when you go and buy a car, like
I know how to do that kind of stuff, Like, it's weird. Like, I can
Yeah,
budget.
but everybody kind
Okay.
of knows how to do it, right? But like,
It's mostly common sense, but a lot of people don't have common sense. It
that's
becomes
very
a
true.
weird thing. Like, everybody wants to teach finance and how to balance a checkbook. Who uses a checkbook nowadays? You have the money or you don't have the money. That's always been my philosophy.
Holy shit! I know. The other day, I swear, I was at the grocery store, and it was the first time I've seen in maybe like 5 6 years where a woman was paying with a checkbook.
Yeah. I here's
Like,
the thing.
holy shit! I've not seen that since like '95, dude. Like, what the fuck?
It's weird. I'm about to start a new job, and in order to sign up for direct deposit, they're still asking me to get a voided check. Who
Yeah,
has a check
yeah,
nowadays? So I have to go to the bank tomorrow,
that
and
you
I have to
yeah.
like say I need something to give to these new people to say that I have an
You
account with
probably
them.
gotta like order some checks or something. I
No,
think
no,
they
I think
just
I can get
you just
I can get a notar signed or something that has my routing
yeah.
number.
Yeah, you
Is
just
an
need to
option.
get your account and routing number. That's it. That's all
Which
they
is
need.
fine. I should be able to just get that. Don't ask for a voided check. Nobody has checks nowadays.
Yeah, I should keep checks on hand.
For what? When was
Well,
the last time that you paid with a check or that you needed to pay for a check that a credit card or something wouldn't do?
I know I needed a check a while ago for something. It wasn't for a job. It was fuck. I don't know what. I don't remember, but I knew like it was maybe like a year ago. I needed a check for something, and
I mean, here's the thing. A check is basically I have the money in my account. Okay, just charge my debit card. I'll PayPal you. I'll Venmo you. You know,
yeah,
there's so many different ways to get people money now.
yeah. But not everybody has PayPal and
The only reason I
Venmo
have
and
checks
blah
is
blah
to bounce
blah.
them. That's it. That's the only reason I have a check is to
Yeah,
post date it or to,
yeah.
you
Post
know,
date it. Yeah,
maybe you know what? My grandma actually passed away, but my grandfather still sends me a check on Christmas and birthday. That's about it.
yeah.
That's what checks are for grandmothers and grandparents to send their
Well,
grandkids
like if
money at
you know,
Christmas.
like business owners, you pay your employees, like you may write them a check or something, or you know, you're not going to pay them in cash.
Yeah. I don't trust the people that don't have a bank account.
Yeah, well, yo, pay me in cash. Yeah, go to your new job and be like, nah, man, pay me in cash.
So I had to learn how to negotiate with this new job I'm starting. I had to
Yeah,
learn how to negotiate salary. I don't
congratulations,
want to
by the
talk
way.
about it, man. You're talking about how you're hating, your job and your life, and you want to go back to doing stuff.
I don't
I'm
hate my
literally
job.
giving that up.
I don't
You don't hate your job. You
I
just
don't
wish
hate
that
my job. I just don't like
you
the
literally said that you
obligation.
don't like, what you it's a chore to get up and you have to make
Well,
yourself get up in the morning.
that's it. It's the having to get up every morning to, be somewhere versus just, you know,
As somebody, I will say this. As somebody who spent most of their life waking up with no place to be, it might be a little, it's going to be a change, but it might actually be better to wake up knowing that you have somewhere to go.
mm, yeah.
I mean, I've done this for years where I've woke up and I've never had a place to be. I didn't have to go anywhere.
Yeah. Well, grass is always greener, man.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm sure I'm going to hate it, but I'm going to do it.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Everybody's gotta fucking, work.
Do
Work,
we?
work, 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 work.
Why can't I just like inherit a lot of money? Why
No.
can't I just like be the next, PewDiePie? Why can't I just do all this stuff? Why can't I just
Like those are the people that got lucky, man. Like how many fucking people do what he does and you know,
that's their full-time job? From what I've learned on the internet, copious amounts of females
yeah.
and like four dudes.
Yeah, man. So all we gotta do is just get tits and we'll be set.
I'm just saying, if we identified and got a sex change operation, they would have to like us because they wouldn't be allowed not to.
Oh shit. So I finally watched Spider-Man, so we
So
could
you
talk about that
finally
now.
saw the Spider-Mans.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say it right here. Spoiler alert! I'm gonna have a big in the video. version, we're gonna have a big flashing spoiler alert graphic. Basically, if I'm gonna say it again, spoiler alert.
I don't
Uh,
understand how you
if you
can
if you
have gotten this far without spoilers.
if you continue to
The two
if
Amish people that are on Rumspringer right now that are
yeah,
really looking forward to it.
seriously, if you continue to watch and you haven't seen Spider-Man, you're fucking stupid. If you get mad, you're fucking stupid.
Yeah, well, that's
So
what I
there you
thought
go.
about you last time we recorded. I'm like, I can't believe you didn't watch it.
Yeah, well, I finally watched it yesterday, as a matter of fact, and it's not because my sister fucked it up for me, which I don't know if I told you that,
You did.
um, but it just kind of I didn't walk out of there like like
Like I
what
did.
I didn't walk out of there like the previous Spider-Man where holy shit man Spider-Man. It was just like okay cool. I think I'm getting to the point now where it's okay cool. Like I'm not giving a shit anymore. Because
Wow, you've reached that level.
I think I'm at that point where I don't fucking care anymore. Like it's just been shoved down everybody's throat for the past 15 years. Like fucking can we not come up with anything else? You
Okay.
know? I mean, it was cool. It was a cool little nostalgia trip, seeing the homeboys, seeing the whole crew there. Um, but like I enjoyed the movie. It wasn't a bad movie. I enjoyed the movie, but like it wasn't the same feeling I got when I saw, you know, the original Spider-Man.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And I guess it's different points in my life, so it's not really a fair assessment. So maybe I didn't get the same excitement I got when I left Endgame, I guess. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't really
Like
care for Endgame.
I think Endgame is the peak of Marvel. I
I don't
think we're
think it
gonna.
is.
I think it.
I do
Dude,
not think it is at all.
there's no fucking way they're gonna top that. I don't care who you are. There's no
I
way.
hated
There's
I
no
hated it.
way.
I did not like Endgame.
I
I
mean,
did not like Endgame.
you have
I,
10 years of movie leading up till this point, and then this big
yeah, and it's just a
climactic
time
finish.
travel movie. That's it.
Well,
It was horrible.
yeah. Well, be that as it may, they're never gonna have anything like this again. So whatever they're doing now, it's just like riding the coattails
You
of.
say that the day that they announce Marvel versus Capcom,
Get
you're
the
going to
fuck
be
out of
pulling
here.
out your little chode
That's never gonna
and,
happen.
you say that.
Marvel versus Capcom movie.
Yes.
That's never gonna fucking happen. Come on.
They're trying. Why do you think that they're trying to reboot all of these? Like there's a Street Fighter movie that they're trying to reboot. They're trying to do all that stuff. It's in the same world. Why do you think they're also trying to reboot um Mortal Kombat so they can eventually have Mortal Kombat versus DC?
That's fucking stupid.
Think
Man.
about it.
I just don't care about movies anymore.
That's fine.
That's just
I
me.
will
And
raise
like
you one thing though. You say you wish they had better ideas, yet you're clamoring for remakes of your favorite video games. Irony.
now like what?
You're the one saying that, oh, there's going to be a Wind Waker and a Twilight Princess remake, and you wish that they would
I
go
never
back
said
and
I
make a
wish
few
for it.
different things.
I never said I wish for a remake of Twilight Princess.
You
I
said
never said that.
you said that
I
you
said that
hope
that was a rumor.
that's a rumor,
Yeah.
but I know that we've talked about it in the past, and I want somebody in the audience to go back where he's talked about, oh man, I wish that there was this game that would come out, like maybe a remaster of this game or a continuation of this franchise.
It's probably it was
that
it was
died a long time ago.
probably the Oracle.
No, that's me, and I'm fine with that. No,
Well,
no,
the
no.
only the only
You
other thing I
definitely
remember
said
saying
something.
the only other thing I remember saying is like a Spyro 4. Like
Okay, Spyro.
yeah, because it makes sense because they just did a Crash 4, so why not do a Spyro 4?
Well, maybe they should move on. Maybe they
Maybe
should do something else.
man, maybe they should do something else. And they tried, and then we got fucking Skylanders.
Skylanders was a phenomenal hit for them. You can't deny that. They
Yeah,
made 4 games out
yeah,
of
and
that.
it
They
was
made
it's
Skylanders,
because those
Skylanders
yeah
Giants, Skylanders
the
something
bulk of their
else,
sales came
and
from those fucking toys, man.
Imagineers.
It
Yeah.
wasn't. It wasn't. It's not like they were.
And where did that lead? Where did that lead? That led to Amiibos. That led to Disney. No, Disney. Yeah, Disney Infinity. That led to Lego Dimensions. That led to Starlink. You know, it led
Yeah.
places.
Yeah. The only thing I get are amiibo, and I just get them because of the little figures. Like I
But
don't give a
why?
shit
Shouldn't
about
you
the.
just move on and hope for something new? Why being in the past? Why play Pokemon?
Why play
What?
Pokemon? I
Why
don't
play
know.
Pokemon?
Because
Like you were excited that you
I
got a Switch and that you had Pokemon. Was it Let's Go Pikachu? And you had Shining Diamond or no Shining Pearl.
hmm
Let's Go
hmm
Pikachu is just a remake of Pokemon Yellow, and Diamond and Pearl is just a remake of a game that came out on DS. I mean, I'm not
Yeah.
harping against it. I'm just saying, don't say you hated Spider Man. I am a huge webhead. I love Spider Man. You come at
Uh,
Spider Man, you come at me.
dude, I love Spider-Man too. Like you've seen all the Spider-Man crap I have in my room.
Yes.
And I didn't say it was a bad movie by any means.
You said you didn't care.
Yeah, that's because I'm at the point now, like with superhero movies and like
I get
comic
that.
book stuff. It's just like I'm like burnt out on that shit
It has
because
been quite a while.
it's just like I think enough is enough, man. Like give it a break, dude. Do we need a fucking Marvel movie every other month with the same fucking shit?
I don't care about any of the Marvel movies except for Spider Man.
Yeah, I
That's
don't,
it.
dude. I
I will
fucking
go
don't
see
care.
them. Like I'll go see the new Doctor Strange.
I won't even see that, dude.
But like, what was it? The Shang-Chi? I saw that on a Tuesday, like during the $5
Man,
movies.
yeah, Holly put
Uh,
my wife put that on Disney Plus, and I had it playing in the background. That's how much I gave a
yeah.
shit. Like,
Eternals. I saw that on a Tuesday, so
I
I didn't
didn't even.
care.
I got no interest in that. I have
Oh my god, did
zero
I tell
fucking
you? Okay,
interest.
so Eternals, their big thing was they got what's that guy's name? What's that Indian actor? I forget. What's his name?
I here we're sitting on the computer. We can look it
Yeah,
up.
Google it. He was like he was in, quite a few movies. He's a big actor. I forgot his name though.
Let's see. We got
It's not Cal Penn. Why am I saying it's not Cal Penn?
Kumail
Kumail Nanjiani.
Nanjiani.
Yeah. Who's a great actor and a funny actor. I like him and stuff. I've seen most of his movies.
Yeah,
He literally fucked off from the movie for like the last third for no reason. He's just like, I can't fight this person. And he fucking left with like 40 minutes left. And then he comes back for the last 2 minutes. And I'm like, what the fuck? Did they just not have him for those days?
he
Did the check not
probably
clear?
he probably just didn't give a shit.
Really did. He's like, first of all, he's like, I got ripped for this role, and you only show me in a shirt. That was the
Mhm.
big thing. He got
But
so much shade for that role.
yeah, I mean, Spider-Man again. I love Spider-Man. Um, Seeing them go up against, I guess, the Marvel Cinematic Universe's version of the Sinister Five, because there wasn't six of them, there were five of them.
Right.
Seeing Toby and Garfield come back to reprise their roles is pretty awesome. It was good seeing that Garfield got a third movie after all. uh,
I loved Garfield as Spider-Man.
Dude, he is the best one,
I
man. He
thank
is
you.
the best one.
Everybody like gives him flack. I
Dude,
was
he's the best. He cracks the most jokes. Like
I was
he's
so
just
happy to
so
see him.
witty. He's so lively. Like he's Spidey, man.
And they gave
I
him a redemption, and I was just like, thank you so much.
I didn't like how
I teared
Toby
up in the
was.
movie. I did.
Toby was like this fucking school counselor, like hippie. Like it's okay, you're special. It's all right. I was like,
Yeah.
what the
I was just
fuck?
like, just shut up.
Just dude, like put the mask on, shut the fuck up,
Just
and
put the
just
mask on.
you know
People
what?
want to see that. That's
Yeah,
all they want to
yeah,
see.
yeah, yeah. You should have just came out like you did in the third one with the fucking emo hair flip and giving everybody shit, and then like I like that Peter Parker. Just do that. Don't
Yeah.
what the fuck is the school counselor like fucking everybody's special bullshit? You
That's the thing
know?
is everybody's like, oh man, Andrew Garfield was not great because the second movie, the Electro, was horrible. I was like, yeah, that's that villain. That has nothing to do with him as Spider-Man. He was a great Spider-Man.
Yeah, he
I
was,
mean,
and he
okay,
had he
I
had
will
3
say,
villains in that movie too. He
yeah,
had the Goblin,
he did
Electro, and I think he had Rhino in it too
at the very end.
at the very end
I
after,
will say this,
you know,
yes, he was a little too 2000, 11, 12
skate
skateboardy,
punk, yeah.
but still, it was okay. It worked. There,
Mhm.
it worked for that, and I was okay with it. Oh God! And there's rumors that finally he's getting a third movie, like a full third movie, because they still have the Sony brand split, so they could still do something.
Yeah, yeah, they
I
could.
would go see that.
It'd
I
be
would go see that at
interesting.
midnight.
It would be interesting to see that all the villains got cured, to see, like, you know, go back to revisit their universes and see, like, how they go back to.
He might take on Venom. I think that's going to be the big one.
Well, that's the thing that confused me, and I guess I'm assuming I missed something in
Okay,
Venom 2. I haven't seen Venom 2,
sure, sure, sure. I
but
could
I'm
probably
like, I'm guessing in the post credit he went back to, so he somehow ended up in Marvel Cinematic
right.
and then went back to Sony Universe
Yes.
at the end. Am I guessing that right?
So
And he left a little piece of himself.
exactly.
So I'm guessing in the next one he'll get the black Spidey suit. And then since
Probably.
he'll be by himself, like nobody knows him now.
Which I think we're about to get.
Maybe they could be the villain, like Morbius fights him or some shit, or they'll bring in Blade and they fight him, or I don't fucking know.
I'm hoping they bring in Craven.
Oh yeah, yep, Craven the Hunter. Yeah,
Yeah,
that was a big cover. That was a big cover.
uh, yeah.
Spidey cover. That's when he fucking buried him alive
Oh yeah.
in the black suit. I remember that scene.
Like,
And then
here's how I'm hoping they
yeah.
do it. Not to get all Patton Oswald about this, but here's how I hoping they do it. We open up on Spider-Man 4. We see him. He's slinging in his new spandex suit. All of a sudden, we see him beating up guys. But while he's beating up guys, we see flashes going off. And then we pan over to see his camera set up. And what he's done now is Jonah Jameson has put out the call for pictures of Spider-Man. And that's how he starts getting money to pay his rent and everything. He starts
Yeah,
getting really big
yeah,
deal.
yeah. He can link up with JJ, and it's
Right.
like, hey, Spidey photos. I mean,
Exactly.
that's like the McGuire thing. Yeah.
Exactly.
Well,
Well,
that's how
that
it's
was
always been.
that's how it's always been. But that's how that works. And
Mhm.
then Jay Jonathan actually hires him to work on an African exhibit that is coming touring into, the main area that
Mhm.
they're going to be in, and to take pictures of it. While he's there, lights go out and bam, there's a burglar there. And who's
Mhm.
the burglar? Craven the Hunter.
Mm.
Spider-Man instantly starts, trying to take him on. He can't quite because he's a little, special, but these items were really belonging to him. So,
Mhm.
that's how I figured that would happen.
Mhm.
However, after that, it turns out that the items were already stolen, and the ones that Craven stole were actually fakes, because who got it? Black Widow. Not Black Widow, Black Cat.
Mm.
That's how they introduced Black Cat. So in the fourth movie, we have Black Cat come in, and we have Craven the Hunter.
Mm. So how does he get the black suit?
Oh, okay. So how he gets the black suit is this. Craven actually gets infected with the black goo, right?
The
Actually,
symbiote.
the symbiote. So Craven turns into Mega Craven at the end of the movie. He's got to take him out, and he does. And all of a sudden, bam, the goo is there, but it doesn't instantly go to him. It then gets put into a plot point for another movie,
Mm.
because he passes it along to one of the doctors.
Yeah, but they have to recreate that iconic,
They don't
comic
have to
with
yet.
Craven versus Black Spidey.
They don't have to yet. That's what I'm saying. They've waited. They can have that wait for just a little bit.
They never reused the villain though. That's so I
They
can't see them
haven't yet.
bringing
The
Craven
Falcon
back.
is still there. The Falcon, Scorpion, and Morbius,
Vulture,
like
Vulture.
Vulture. Sorry, Vulture is going to be in the Morbius movie.
Yeah, I saw the trailer where they had him.
Yeah.
They had him in there.
So,
But
it's
isn't Morbius a Sony movie?
uh, is it a Sony?
Because it was like I am Venom or We Are Venom and shit.
Oh yeah, I guess we could.
Didn't he do that?
Okay, then what we could do is we could have, we
You
could
know,
have
here's
the
my
symbiote go,
here's
and
my
while
theory for the symbiote. I think Flash Thompson's gonna get it, and then become
really that Flash, no,
yeah,
Flash,
and then they'll bring in Agent Venom.
no, I can't see that. I
They
just
could
we need
do it
Eddie Brock.
eventually.
We need Brock. Flash is not gonna be. We haven't introduced Brock yet.
They had it. They had the setup for it. They could have done it, but they're like, never mind.
Yeah, I don't think Flash will get it.
I mean, they had.
We could have Black Cat get it, and that's how her black suit, because her suit is black. She could get it. Gwen Stacy in the MCU could get it, and there we go. That's how we get Black Cat.
Black Cat's not Gwen Stacy though.
Yeah, she is.
Black Cat's Felicia Hardy.
God damn it! I know these things. Hang on. Black Cat.
Unless they just make shit up. Fuck it.
Hang on. MCU.
Felicia Hardy's Black Cat.
I swear I know these things. Give me a second.
And I think she had a thing with Morbius in the cartoon. I don't know if it happened in the comics, but that could be how they bring in Black Cat and Morbius.
Yeah, she did. Yeah.
And then I remember that whole arc in the cartoon. They had fucking Blade in there. He's like, yeah, and these fucking vampires, these motherfuckers, and Blade don't pay no motherfucking taxes, right? And they had Blade in there, and then I think Spidey turned into Man Spider, and then fucking the Punisher was there for some reason because Marvel needed to sell toys.
Yeah.
So it's like, fucking kill these bitches, He's showing up with his fucking rocket launchers and shit. Or no, lasers, because they couldn't have, guns in 90s cartoons, so everything was lasers.
I was thinking Spider Gwen. That's why I didn't. Never mind.
Ghost Spider, yeah. Spider Gwen.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I think that we haven't introduced Felicity Jones. I
Mhm.
think that she should be the next one. Let MJ go off to college for a movie or two, and then come back, and then we can explore that. But it's canon that Felicity Jones and Peter Parker get together.
I still think this. So this Spider-Man, I believe, is Ultimate Spider-Man. He's like the high school kid. He
is Ultimate because
he's Ultimate Spider-Man. So I can see them bringing
was Amazing Spider-Man. So yeah.
Yeah, and then Toby, I think, was like regular Earth 616.
Yes.
Regular universe Spider-Man, I guess, for lack of a better term. So in Ultimate Spider-Man, they had Miles, so they're definitely going to bring in Miles. Especially
they've already
because
brought in the Prowler. So.
Yeah, in the second, and like that gangster that got. You said he got killed. I don't.
He didn't
remember
get
him.
killed.
I thought you said he got. Oh no! I'm thinking the animated movie, he got fucking whacked by the Kingpin. Or some shit. But in the live action, he was still there. Like that dude was Prowler, and then he mentioned,
he was going to see his nephew.
He mentioned his nephew, but like he even mentioned like so I feel Miles is definitely going to be introduced,
which I'm okay with. I like Miles Morales as a character.
Mm-hmm.
I have absolutely no problem with there being Miles Morales. It could be his little buddy.
Yeah,
but I think we need to wait. I think we can introduce Miles like maybe during an end credit scene of the next Spider-Man movie, but you got to give it a couple years because Peter is just out of high school and Miles is like in middle school, or elementary school at this point.
Yeah,
so
I think so.
You got to give it like at least a couple extra years.
Yeah,
maybe the
Miles is kind of. I got a love-hate thing with Miles. I like Miles Morales as a character.
I like his powers,
but I can't help but to see him as basically tokenized Spider-Man. That's the only reason that they made him up was to have a black Spider-Man. That's the only reason Marvel came up with, and I take issue with that because there's so many black superheroes that aren't carbon copies of their white counterparts.
So you take issue. Let me just see if I can clarify this. You don't take issue with the character. You take issue with how he was introduced and how they're using him rather than how he could have came up organically.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it seems like
I
they
think
put some pressure on and they just made him
yeah,
least common
like
denominator, if you will.
yeah, I think Marvel just we need a Black Spider-Man to sell books. I think that's the only reason Miles existed as a character. I like Miles. I like how he's, he's half Puerto Rican, half black. His dad's a cop, his uncle is a criminal, and so you have that clash there.
Every time
In
I
his
remember that
family.
his dad's a cop. Okay, so I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you at all, but
Hmm.
this is just off the top of my head. Every single time that I was watching the Into the Spider Verse, and I was like, oh, his dad's a cop. I just kept remind it just kept reminding me of that guy in Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs.
Yeah.
Because there was a black cop and his dad, and I'm just like, oh,
Oh. Oh
it's
yeah.
like, you know what I'm saying?
And yeah, and he's like one of the characters, like, when he's sad, it's like some heavy shit, man.
Yeah.
Because like the whole movie's acting all hard and shit. But
Yeah.
yeah.
He's like, look, man,
Um,
I wanted to snow for my kid.
so
So
I like Miles Morales. Calling him Spider-Man and basically making him Spider-Man. It's like,
I
you
mean, you
know,
could say the same thing about Kid Flash too.
yeah,
Wally. Yeah, Wally, right?
it's all, I think it's all lazy. Honestly, I think it's all lazy.
Was there a black
It's
Superman?
yeah, John Henry. He just put on a suit of armor with a big S on it and called himself. I don't think he called himself Superman, but John Henry was a black Superman.
I do also know there was the Black Lantern, but he was there
And then
pretty
you
much at the
got
beginning, right?
and then you got tokenized woman version of Superman being, that being Supergirl.
Well, what about I thought Wonder Woman was
Same exact costume,
huh. Oh
or
wait,
Power Girl if you want to, the grown up version of Supergirl. It's just laziness, man. Like Captain Marvel, how he was a Kree warrior named Marvel, and then all of a sudden, Miss Marvel is now Captain Marvel, and we're just gonna pretend like Marvel never existed.
well, I
It,
mean,
it's it's
also you
just it's
can
just lazy. It's race swapping and gender swapping of superheroes. It's just
do you
it's
want to
fuck.
go the other
It's
side and say the same thing about villains too?
same
Because
thing.
lest we
Yeah,
forget, Harley Quinn is a recent development when we look at the history of comics. She came around back in the I think it was early 90s or very late
she
80s.
was made for the animated series.
Right.
Hmm.
So that was like 92, 93,
92.
92.
Hmm.
Yeah. So
Hell, I mean,
however,
you could
Harley
even
Quinn has
say,
become her own thing.
yeah, hell, I mean, yeah, but she's not. What I mean by tokenized is
You don't think that she's just a gender swap of Joker?
no. I really I don't. I mean, I guess in a way she could be, but
But
she's different enough to where it's not, a blatant ripoff. Like, you have like when Wolverine quote unquote died and they made Laura into Wolverine and then they just started calling her Wolverine. Like that's fucking lazy. Or how when Falcon, his own established character, decided to become Captain America now he's Captain America. It's like, what the fuck are we doing here?
I didn't watch the Falcon and Winter
No, I
Soldier.
mean that happened in the comics. Like
Oh,
after Bucky, I guess, dropped the mantle or whatever. This is after Steve Rogers was assassinated in the comics. Um, nobody stays dead in Marvel comics anyway. But like Falcon took up the mantle as Captain America, and now he's no longer Falcon, he's Captain America, and we're just gonna fucking it's fucking Captain America. It's just fucking stupid, man. It's
it's
lazy.
just
It's
so you're
lazy.
saying that they should just create their own characters. Like, let's have the legacy of the people. We can have our own characters. But it's not a Dread Pirate Roberts type situation where you need to pass the mantle.
No, yeah, no. And it's different for different characters, right? Like you have different Green Lanterns. You have John Stewart, Kyle Rayner. Um, you have all
You have the
but
whole Lantern Corps.
yeah, that's a whole core of different heroes. It's
There's
like a
not a
police
whole core
force,
of Captain Americas.
right? Um,
That hey, whose turn is it to go out? Nah, it's Tuesday. That's not my day. That's Bob's day to
right.
go out.
And I'm all for diversity in comic books. I just don't think we need to replace already established characters, with just for the sake of checking off a diversity box. I think that's lazy and it's not selling books. And then, the comic book industry is in shambles right now because they're constantly doing this bullshit. They're more focusing on, inclusivity and diversity versus writing a good story.
Mhm.
You know, like the latest Starfire book where it talks about like her daughter and she's this like, you know, gay. I think she's a lesbian. She's like a teenager and she's angry at the world and she's a little bit overweight and she's dealing with all this shit. And her mom's Starfire. It's like, what? you
It's
can't
kind of
write a good, yeah, you know.
no, and if you take a look at it, it's kind of like when you're watching Netflix. Everybody makes the joke that they're trying to make it appeal to everybody,
Mhm.
but instead of having one gay character, one black character, one blah 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 character, they just create one character that checks all the boxes. Like
Yeah.
there's quite a few shows out there where the black best friend is also gay.
Mhm.
Is because they don't want to write more characters with more diversity than that.
Yeah, and they don't want to write and develop new characters. That's why you have things like Miles Morales. That's why you have things like, Robin or Batgirl or Batwoman or Power Girl or you have Falcon dropping his moniker to be Captain America. It's just fucking lazy, man. You know? Come up with new characters. You have so many, and that's the thing. They have so many black characters that they could just expand on and explore. Like Static Shock is one of my favorite
I
fucking
would love a
superheroes.
Static Shock movie.
Dude, his powers are so fucking. Like a Static Shock. John Stewart was fantastic. Green Lantern. It's just no, but no, fuck it. Let's just Black Superman, Black Spider-Man, just for the fuck of it. We're not even gonna try to make them their own thing.
Is there a Black Arrow?
A Black Arrow? I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure there's a Black Lightning in DC.
I know Black Lightning, but he was his own
Yeah,
thing. He wasn't copying anything. But I'm talking like they took the moniker of Green Arrow. I know there was a Red Arrow and there was the normal Green Arrow. But I don't think there was a Black Arrow.
I'm not too familiar with
I mean, I know
a lot of DC stuff. So
he had a friend who was just there, but I forgot what he was called. He wasn't called Black Arrow. He was called something else. He had
yeah,
a that was originally his bodyguard, a black guy that was originally his bodyguard that became something,
yeah.
but I forgot what the hero name
You know,
was.
another thing I notice in comic books too, and a lot of people that defend race swapping and gender swapping is that um people need to see themselves in that character.
Which I think
Like
is fine.
I don't think
I think no, I think it's fine when people say I want to see
so.
myself in a character. Okay, that
It's
is there are plenty of characters out there. You don't have to necessarily.
yeah, like I need to see myself in Spider-Man. I need to be Spider-Man. That's like, no. So you need to make Spider-Man, all these different fucking things because I'm all those things. Like, no, man, that's you can't, like you go to places like Japan, they don't do that shit. Like how many people see themselves as Goku? Oh, you need to change
I know
Goku
you do.
because yeah. Yeah, right. I'll never be that fucking ripped. Are you serious?
We need
But
no. I
like
need Goku to have. I
I
need
don't
Goku to
see
be fat,
myself. I
and
don't
I need
see
Goku to
myself.
be fat and blonde in order to see myself in him.
Yeah. So that's exactly what we're doing.
Why
That's
don't we
that
have any fat superheroes? I need a fat superhero. Thank you.
we had Fat Thor.
Okay, yeah, that was pretty good.
I mean,
That was pretty good.
but
I'll be honest.
that's why they're doing shit like this. So, because people are, especially in comics, people are like, "Oh, I need to see myself. I don't see myself." Well, it's not for you then, motherfucker.
Well, look at what they
Enjoy
did
the
with.
story for what it is. Stop trying to like put yourself in that fantasy land. It's a fucking work of fiction. You don't need to fucking identify yourself as fucking Batman.
Yeah,
What in
look,
the fuck is the matter with you? You
you,
know,
you don't want to be Batman. Nobody wants to be Batman.
Hey, I want his
But
money.
that's all they want is the money, and that's about it. Like next, there didn't they make look at what they did with Loki, and they did all the variants and everything. Like, did you see the
Yeah.
Loki show?
Yeah, the crocodile Loki was kind of funny.
Yeah, there was no crocodile saying I got to see myself as. I want to see that though. If there was a crocodile that went up to those people and were like, I need to see myself as Loki. I'm a huge
Yeah.
fan. That'd be funny.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It's just kind of all over the place.
Hey, before you know it, we're no wait. They already did that. They had female Thor. They had female Thor because they
they had what's her name be Thor in the comics, and they called her Thor.
yeah.
So it's like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, they had here you go. They had Lady Loki. They had Lady Thor, She Hulk, which is a tokenized version of regular Hulk. You know, it's just they just
Are
take
we
all
gonna
these
get
characters and gender swap. They got female Wolverine. They got it's like Jesus Christ, man, what the fuck are we doing?
gay Batman?
Oh, I'm sure they tried. I'm sure they tried. But see, the thing with DC is Batman's too much of a moneymaker. I don't think they can do anything with him without like completely destroying the brand.
See, and that's the
DC
key.
DC's I mean DC's firm solid. I mean Batman is pretty much DC. So if they fuck Batman up, they piss off
Mm,
enough people by fucking with Batman, Bruce Wayne, I think they're gonna be hurting.
I
You know what
don't
I'm
know.
saying?
I would say I agree. Well, I agree. The number one IP for DC is definitely Batman. But there are a couple characters they can't touch. They can't do too much Superman. They really
Well,
can't.
they had a I think Superboy is now gay.
Which is fine, but that's not Superman. That's just
Well,
in the world. It's like saying there
no,
were three different
well,
Robins.
he's not Superboy now. I think he's Superman, and now they like he's bi or something.
Well,
Oh,
okay, well, whoa, whoa,
and
whoa,
also
whoa,
he's a
whoa, whoa, whoa,
social
whoa, 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 whoa,
activist.
whoa, 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 whoa. I'm gonna say one thing. I'm gonna say one thing and tell me Asian Batman, Batman Beyond.
What like you are you asking if he was Asian in Batman Beyond?
He was, wasn't
I don't know. No, he wasn't.
yeah, he was. What do
No,
you mean?
he was
He
a
looked
white
Asian.
guy.
Hang on, Batman Beyond.
He was half Bruce Wayne too, because like he fucking they injected Bruce Wayne's DNA and
He
Terry
looks
McGinnis's.
fucking Asian. Come on, he's not Asian,
No, no,
really?
I'm pretty sure he's white. Yeah,
Oh god, I always for the longest time I thought he was Asian.
McGinnis. I guess he could be Irish. You know,
For the
McGinnis.
longest fucking time. I, oh, is that racist? I don't think that's racist. Okay, we're just gonna skip that.
Yeah,
Cut that.
I just want to see them move away from like you know the race swapping and gender swapping in comics, man. I think it's lazy, and you know they could do so much more, but you know, at the end of the day, comic book companies are there just to sell books. You know,
It's rough because look at Batwoman. I think we talked about this last time. They're on their third Batwoman in as many seasons because they
yeah,
can't keep a main star there. And after Ruby Rose left, what they immediately go to? Well, Ruby Rose came in and she was a white female lesbian, which was fine. I had absolutely no problem with that. I
mhm,
didn't see the show. But then the second one came in and they were like, okay, she's black now. I don't think she was a lesbian.
mhm,
And then I don't know what this third one. I don't know what this third one is.
yeah,
So, and that's the thing is like they're passing the moniker along. It's rough.
yeah.
Like I
And
don't
like
I
I know a lot of listeners out there are probably gonna like automatically swing the bigot flag, you know, because
it's fine.
I'm not, you know, again, I'm not brown enough, so obviously I'm privileged because I'm
Dude,
a
I'm a
straight
white
male.
straight male. I
But
have it worse than
if
you.
but you know, like a lot of other people feel like this way too. You like listen to go to YouTube and watch watch Eric July. aka Young Ripper 59. You know,
Mhm.
I watch his channel all the time, and he talks about this shit all the time. You know, and he's a black guy. You know, he's you know, musician. He's a public speaker. Very avid in comics. Like he's basically a walking encyclopedia of comics. If I ever have a question about comic books, like he'd be the guy I ask. But he feels very strongly about this too, and he's like, he fucking tired of it, man. Like you know, the institutions that we grew up with, Batman and Spider Man. I mean, they're no more. Yeah, it's all about inclusivity and diversity now.
Listen, I've been called quite a lot of things over the internet. Even when I try to make very good arguments again, I really didn't want to talk about this. Okay, I'll talk about it. So I used to watch these YouTubers for a number of years. Rooster Teeth. I used to watch a lot of them.
Yeah,
Despite all the people who turned out to be pedophiles and all
yeah,
this stuff.
yeah. Those guys are pieces of shit,
Yeah,
man.
those guys are
I
definitely pieces of shit.
I
Fucking
have
hang
no
'em high.
problem
That's
saying
fine.
that. I have no problem saying that. And
Yeah,
I'm so glad I didn't get that fucking job with them. Fuck them.
yeah. There was a people that I never really was into a lot of Rooster Teeth stuff. I never really watched a lot of Red versus Blue. I watched some of their some of their shorts, and I liked the comic back when that was around.
Hmm.
But my main forte was Achievement Hunter, and I liked Achievement Hunter, and I liked all the personalities on them. I liked, there was a lot of white guys in the first, but then there was Ray who came in, who's Hispanic, and he was funny as hell, and I thought he did great. And then they brought on a woman called Mika Burton. For those of you who
Yeah.
don't know who Mika Burton is, that is the daughter of LeVar Burton. I'm going to say this. I loved Mika Burton on there. She was funny. She was able to keep up with everybody. She could play the games, and you could tell she came in as a fan
Hmm.
who wanted to be, because she was originally a fan.
Yeah.
And then Lindsey Jones came in and became more of a person. And I honestly, out of all of them, think that she is a comedic genius. She plays that dumb wild card funny role. It's awesome. They did
Hmm.
they did the series in GTA called Lindsay Wins, which I thought was the funniest thing ever, because she was horrible at GTA,
I need to
but
check that out.
they did races, right? Where they're like, okay, she would always come in last every time they would play GTA and do races. She was like, okay, she has to win. So they would be like, if you pass her, you have to like kill yourself until you get back below her. If you crash into her car, you have to wait till everybody else passes you, and
Hmm.
then you can keep going. It was really well done, and then she fucked with them hard. And
Yeah.
and I really liked this series, and I thought it was great.
Is she doing her own thing now, or is she
No,
still
she's
with?
still she's still with Achievement Hunter.
Okay.
I have absolutely no problem with that. However, then Mika Burton left via a lot of hateful comments, and I hated the fact that she left. I met her at GalaxyCon, and I have pictures of her with Hobbs,
Yeah.
and I loved meeting her. She was so sweet and so nice, and she was dressed up. She's a cosplayer,
Hmm.
and I had a kind of a celebrity crush on her a little bit. Um,
Yeah, Mika, if you're listening.
Mika, if you're listening, I have zero chance, but hey, you know I'm glad you're doing well with what you're currently doing. I think she's currently working. I forgot who she's working with. I know she's working with
Mika, if you're
one of those
listening,
companies.
he's packing like 12 inches, man. I've seen that shit.
Yeah, it's a light gun. Anyway, she left, unfortunately, and then they got some new people in, which I thought were, funny, because they gave them time. They didn't just shove them all in there. They
Hmm.
gave them time. They would be in like one video a week, and then they
Yeah.
would be in like two, and then we get to know them before they became a main character. We get to see them behind the scenes, because they would do a lot of behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah.
So we got to meet people like Trevor, and we got to meet people like Alfredo and Andrew Bernard and Andy Bernard, who unfortunately was fired in the Giant Mass firings.
Hmm.
Oh my god, just watch any compilation of Andy Bernard. He's so sweetly cringy that you're
Yeah.
just like, you just want to put a blanket around him and be like, dude, it's okay, man, it's okay.
Yeah. I gotta remember to check that out.
And then um they bring in somebody who they immediately throw into videos that she didn't work in.
Mm.
The first video I remember seeing her in, they were playing a game of, I think it was Trouble in Terrorist Town, where you have the traders and you have to figure out who the traitors are, and then there's a lot of innocent people.
Okay.
But they were doing a special version. They were doing a tase fist version where if you are an innocent person and you kill another innocent person that's not a traitor or anything, they would tase you. It was a little tase thing. It wasn't really a big thing, but they would just, tase you a little bit. So there was incentive not to do it. And this was the
Mhm.
first video they really thrust her in. And she was not getting tased. Somebody would always take the tase for her. And to me, that was like, okay, this is not a video she should be in if she's not gonna do the rules. She could have been put in a different video, but there's zero, incentive for her to play by the rules or whatever. And that kind of bothered me a little bit.
Mhm.
Then they played a game called Fibbage, which I used to like, where they would, you know, play a game, and then based on your knowledge of the other people, you would see who's lying, who's not lying. Oh, how many fingers, how many times. It's one of those Jackbox games.
Mhm.
The entire time they're playing that, and she's in it, they're complaining that they don't know a lot about her, so they can't tell if she's lying or not. And to me, that just is like, well, then she shouldn't be in that video.
Yeah.
To me, they did not use her correctly when she first came on, and that really soured me on this personality.
It seems like they just kind of threw in there because maybe they got feedback like, "Oh, you don't have enough women there." So
Not only that, she was a black female lesbian. Her name is, I'm gonna say her name.
so it's like they just put her in on these, attached her to these projects just to increase some type of like, inclusivity or something, just so they don't get flack for that.
I mean, Mika left, and there was definitely a gap to be filled. And I will just say this, that her name is Fiona Nova. I have nothing against her personally, ever
Mhm.
at all. I'm just not a fan of her.
Yeah.
And I stopped watching the content when she was in it because she did not personally, I think, flow well. I think she got a little better later on, but by that time I was pretty much done watching their content anyway. So I explained all this to people because everybody that there were quite a few people that came out and said that they did not necessarily like her. And I
Mhm.
came out and I said, I didn't necessarily like her, and I explained the exact reasons why. I mentioned the videos that she was in and how I felt she was used wrong.
Yeah.
And I even qualified it by saying it is not because she's black or female. I loved Lindsay, and Mika is, still my little bit of a celebrity crush type person, and I thought she worked a lot better.
Yeah, so she
But
she
instantly,
they didn't play off her strengths, I
right.
guess. They
And
just
then
put her on these other
yeah,
projects just because,
games that she
hey,
didn't know anything about or
yeah.
didn't know how to play. Unlike Lindsay, who doesn't play it, but it's funny when they realize that, and she's just doing her own thing and can make jokes based off of it. She
Right.
just couldn't play the game, and it wasn't funny. It was kind of sad.
Yeah.
The only thing nobody read past, oh, I'm not a fan of this person. Instantly, it's just all, oh, you're sexist, oh, you're racist, oh, you're homophobic.
Yeah, and that's the thing. If you express any kind of
Yeah,
opinion about it, you're automatically flagged. That's a, well, it's no. It's just,
no,
if something sucks ass, it sucks ass, man.
right. And I tried to explain,
You
and I
know?
was like, you know what? I hope that she gets it together. I hope that they. But the thing was, is she was younger, and she appealed to the young crowd and the crowd that was just coming into Rooster Teeth content. And
Well, well, at the end of the day, Rooster Teeth is just shit anyway. So
it really is at this
they
point.
they just need to not watch Rooster Teeth. Period.
Bernie Burns hated it so much. He left the country, right? Yeah,
Why?
he quit Rooster Teeth,
And he just
and
went
like a
to
year
like
ago,
England or some shit.
no, he just fucked off. Nobody knows where he is. I'm sure some people at Rooster Teeth know, but no, he's
Maybe he
fucking
did like
gone.
maybe he did like Dave Chappelle and just went to Africa or some
He
shit.
took his wife and his new kid, maybe his Tesla, I don't know, and I don't know where they are. I think they may be in like Australia or someplace like that. Honestly, he's probably on a fucking yacht with all of his money, just sailing the seas and
Yeah.
just living in there, which is fine. But we
Yeah.
don't hear from him anymore. He got the fuck out. I think it also had something to do with the way that the U.S. was going. Blah 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 blah. Matt Hollum stepped down. They sold off to Full Screen, which became part of DC. So everybody's pissed off. God, they have made so many bad decisions in the past couple of years. They've
Yeah,
had so
man.
many scandals, from firing a third of their animation team after Crunch, after they spent so much money on this show called Genlock because they got Michael B. Jordan and David Tennant in it, and it was not a hit. Now, second season is
Mhm.
out, but it's an HBO Max exclusive. So even the people who have Rooster Teeth first have to wait 6 months to see it. The people who pay the premium price to see Rooster Teeth content early, it's
God.
it's
That
horrible.
that's the thing about the entertainment industry, man. It's like
Oh, and Ryan Hayworth
constant
turned out
it's
to be a damn pedophile. Well,
yeah.
okay, a sexual abuser. I'll say that. He took advantage of his fame that he
Yeah.
had, and he
That
slept with fans. Some
that
of them
happens a lot more than
17.
you realize, man. That
Oh,
is
it
fucking
does.
fucking
Oh, it
scumbags.
does.
Fucking scumbags. You know,
The f
they tried to pin that on the voice actor that does Broly in Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
Um, when in reality it's probably the you know the fucking voice actor that does Vegeta that's you know a fucking scum fuck, you know.
So
There's
the
rumor
only
there's
so I
rumors
don't
about him with casting couches and shit, you know.
ooh. So I don't watch any of the Achievement Hunter Let's Play stuff anymore. The things that
Yeah.
I used to watch Funhouse. Funhouse was good when it had Bruce and it had Adam and it had, James and Elise. Oh my God, Elise!
Yeah.
Elise Williams is funny as shit.
Yeah, and they always like fucking rag on her too. It's like,
Yeah,
ah, you
and she would
fucking
just
woman.
take it, and it's just like Jesus, she's so
She,
good.
but she was
However,
professional, and you know she gets some
Bruce,
jabs in too. You know, it
oh
was a
yeah,
fun. You know, that was a
but
fun show. I remember
Bruce
that show.
quit. Adam had a scandal, and the people they brought in, I don't necessarily care for too much. I mean, I still watch one or two of
Yeah,
their videos, but it's just a change in the guard. I don't mind a change in the guard if it's done right.
dude, I think there's the entertainment industry and as a
Yeah.
whole is just one big dumpster fire, man. It's just full of people who are the type of people that just fail upwards. They're
Yeah.
bad at what they do, and they just get jobs somehow. And
The
they make
only
all these stupid fucking decisions that don't work. I mean, look at the Netflix Cowboy Bebop, you know? Like that
Oh yeah,
thing was just a
we talked about it last week. Didn't it get
yeah.
canceled after 2 weeks?
Oh yeah, there is no season 2. Like the third weekend they're like, yeah, no season 2 canceled.
Although I will say this, Cobra Kai season 4 came out, and it is pretty good. There was a whole B plot about one of the younger brothers of a thing I didn't
Mm,
really care for,
yeah.
but the main storyline and everything like that is really good, and there's
Should you
already another season coming.
I got to check that out. I
Dude,
remember I watched season 1 on YouTube when it was then wasn't it
oh
like a
yeah,
YouTube exclusive or
it
some
was a
shit?
YouTube Red for the first 2 seasons. Then
Yeah.
it got bought by Netflix,
Yeah.
but they continued most of from where it left off. They some of the characters I think got left by the wayside, but they came back in this season
Mhm.
for at least an episode, and I hope they come back for later.
Yeah.
Because there's a couple of the characters I really liked and that had
Mhm.
good storylines, but they just I don't know why. They
Man, it's
just
crazy how that show took off, man. I didn't think a lot of people still liked the Karate Kid. I mean, I didn't fucking like the Karate Kid at all, man.
I didn't really
I thought it
care
was
for it.
I thought it was kind of dorky, you know. Like,
I watched I didn't really care for it, but the show had a very interesting premise as to, hey, what if the bad guy was right?
or no, like, what
Like
if
it's just looking at it from a different angle of things that happened.
I do like the you know looking at the bad guys, like you know the intact. That he wasn't really a bad guy, right?
No,
He just had a shitty fucking teacher
he did.
put all this bull crap in his head. But I don't think he was a really bad guy.
He wasn't a bad guy. No. Not only that, but there's a theory going around that this all stemmed from a joke that was on the show How I Met Your Mother
Mhm.
quite a few years ago, because they had Ralph Macchio and Billy Zabka. They're talking about this exact same thing. Barney, the guy who plays by Neil Patrick Harris, was like, "No, the Karate Kid is about Billy Zabka going all the way and then getting screwed over by an illegal kick to the face." And it's just like I remember watching that. I was like, "Huh, that is true." And then a couple years later, Cobra Kai comes out with that exact premise,
Yeah,
and it's like, "Oh shit."
yeah. That's interesting. I got to get back into watching it.
I
I
also
sort
started
of.
watching Trailer Park Boys.
Oh yeah,
I've never seen it, but I just
that's a
started watching it.
classic. That's a classic, man. That's a classic for sure.
What
I
do you watch?
started watching. I started watching The Witcher. I'm not too
Oof.
far into it.
I
Because the
I
new season came out, so I gotta watch the first one to catch up.
I think I
Uh,
mentioned this season has a lot less witching in it than it
oh,
should.
does it? the
Yeah,
the sometimes Witcher. The maybe the Witcher, maybe once in a while Witcher.
I think I still got like 2 more episodes. I just haven't watched it. I was
Shit.
just like, I'll watch them later.
Checked out the Book of Boba Fett. It's kind of slow.
It's
But
never big
it's
enough. Yeah.
it's pretty decent. I think a lot of people are pissed off because he's not doing anything. He's not being Boba Fett, and I'm like, who the fuck do you think Boba Fett is, man? Like, what the hell? He's not the Mandalorian.
I know. He's like, I barely survived. I got dead.
I got blown the fuck up, and here's what
I'm gonna go
happened.
retire.
Yeah, shit, man. I'm gonna fucking have other people work for me. Fuck this.
Yeah.
I mean, but it's interesting. I think it's a little too slow paced, but maybe there'd be more action, like in the next episode or something. But
I think Peacemaker comes out soon
which one's
with
that one?
John Cena.
Oh shit! Oh yeah, that the DC movie.
Yeah.
Okay, another.
No, it's gonna be a show on Max.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's stems off of the Suicide Squad that came out a couple months ago.
I didn't watch it.
It wasn't horrible.
I'm
I
like,
mean,
I'm like, okay.
they tried too hard to copy Marvel.
They do, man. Like, why the fuck is Bruce Wayne cracking jokes? Like, why is Batman cracking jokes?
Okay, I will be honest. If you have not seen the Harley Quinn animated series, that is worth it.
Okay, I'll check that out. I'll go by your recommendation and check it out.
Because it's become a slight
Mhm.
parody of it, but it's done and it's funny. I really liked it. So it's I can't do it justice. You got to watch it.
Okay,
Got
I'll put
Kaylee
that.
Cuoco as the voice of Harley Quinn.
I'll put that. I will definitely put that on my list.
There's not much else I can really recommend. I'm finally starting Mr. Robot. I just finished season 1. I'm going to start season 2.
Okay.
That was a USA. I can definitely suggest Snowpiercer.
Mhm.
I've never seen the movie, but I saw the show. That's a TNT show. That's about it, really.
Yeah, I shit the other night, my wife and I were watching Disney's Jungle Cruise.
Oh yeah.
Holy fuck, that movie is abysmal. Holy shit, dude.
Which is really sad. My
Dude,
mom was
it's
so excited for that movie. She bought it.
oh my
Even though we had
god.
Disney Plus, she bought it on Disney Plus.
Like
for
I didn't
$30.
even finish it, man. I got halfway through and then I guessed, okay, this and this happens.
You
Let me know if I'm right.
mean
And
Pirates of the Jungle Cruise? Yeah.
Pirates of the Jungle Cruise, in Lady Indiana Jones, fucking holy, The Rock being The Rock again. I'm a ship captain now. Like what in the fuck?
I'm like, all right. It's a movie I watched. Me and Werewolf watched it.
Yeah, I gotta say, Dwayne The Rock Johnson is entertaining, but fuck, he's just
When you're
he's
worth that much money, you can do whatever the fuck you want.
dude, he's just The Rock and everything.
Yeah.
Like he's just like, I mean, damn it.
I mean, did you watch the new Fast and the Furious yet?
No, but I'm sure it's The Rock racing.
Well, actually, John Cena's in it.
Well, whatever.
It's whatever. Yeah.
Whatever, man. Entertainment is just
It's gotten
shit.
weird.
It's just shit.
But I think
it's all the same people putting on fucking superhero costumes and making millions of fucking dollars.
I think it's time we pull into the station, sir.
Yeah, I think so. We're getting too pessimistic here.
What have we learned this week? We're not racists. But everybody,
I'm most definitely is not. I'm against certain people, but not certain races.
yeah,
Like
I hate people.
I'm
I don't
I
have against anything about any race in general. There's definitely people though.
yeah, to be racist is to imply that you hate a certain type of person. I fucking hate all people. So,
Yeah.
equal opportunity asshole.
I have no problem with certain things. It's like religion. I have no problem with it. Stop trying to cram it down my throat. You do you. I'll do
Yeah.
me. And that's cool.
Yeah,
I have no
and
problem with it.
stop wiping your ass with, beloved comic book franchises and video games, and focus on, you know, being woke versus telling a good story and entertaining me.
Well, did you hate the fact that they swapped out the voice actor for Kratos in God of War?
Nah, I didn't even
Yeah.
I didn't even care.
It was good. Yeah.
Man,
All right,
it
man.
sounded kind of the same though. I
It
mean,
did, but they definitely switched the voice actors because I knew the new voice actor was the guy that was in SG
I
Stargate
mean it,
SG-1.
it it's
Yeah.
it's not even, yeah, I mean it's not even, and I think the first one was it the same dude that did Samurai Jack?
Yeah, I think. Anyway, we got to pull into the station, man. It's getting that time.
Yeah. Well, thank you again, everybody, for joining us the past hour and some change. Check us out on YouTube. New episodes will be uploaded every Tuesday. You can also drop us a line on Twitter at CalamityJP, or you can send us an email. I'd really love to get into like a Q&A type, we give advice kind of segment. That'd be kind of cool. So just send us your questions over at our Gmail. And as always, just take care, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.
See ya.